Hello, I'm Regina Yan. I'm honored to receive this SHEro award, and I'm so excited to be here today. I was asked to share my personal story. I was born in China. I experienced the hunger, and I experienced the risk, and running into air shelter. So life was very hard. And I grew up in Taiwan, and my parents didn't feel Taiwan it was a very safe place due to political uncertainties. So they saved enough money and they gave me one-way ticket and to go to United States to pursue my graduate school education. I became a social worker for 20 years and worked in mental health and geriatric medical services and the child protective services. And I worked as a nanny and in a doctor's family. So I managed. And then after about 20 years career in social work, and my husband was laid off. He was looking for opportunities. And he wanted to get into McDonald's because he, as an engineer, liked their operation system. Of course, it was out of the question. And after the training, and he managed to purchase a very rundown restaurant in Oakland, in the worst neighborhood, Eastmont Mall. The restaurant was so bad, and we had to pay a premium price. So with our real estate investment, we were totally broke. But the equipment was okay. He can fix it as engineer. People is difficult. There were drug, selling problems. There were prostitution, and they were stealing. There were lawsuits, and there were boycotts. So finally, until we managed to work together with NAACP and Hispanic groups and formed scholarship and a lot of service programs like a Martin Luther King speech contest, and managed to finally turn the restaurant around and start making money. In Solano County, we again not only able to grow the business, and we also organized more diversity groups and following African American and Hispanic Association. We formed Asian McDonald Operators Association. We women formed WON, Women Operator Network. It helped actually McDonald's business in terms of marketing, planning, and customer satisfaction and product development. So it was a good time. What we have learned, from all the previous experiences, we feel alone you cannot succeed, and you got to engage in the community. And that was when, in 2001, CC developed concept, established the APAPA, Asian Pacific Islander Americans for Public Affairs. And we would like to use our experience to develop the next younger generation. So hopefully they will be more successful. And today, APAPA has grown, and in the last 19 years, and many chapters. And we are committed and to facilitate, to do whatever we can to make the organization strong and make a difference in our society. Thank you.
Hi, Regina, and hi, Marcia. Great to see you, and thank you for hosting this first ever women's event. Um, as many of you know, I believe that this is the year of the woman again, and I just wanted to first off send my heart to Regina and Cece. I'm glad that they are both safe and that we are still able to be here doing this here today telephonically. But thank you, Regina, for being a SHEro, for being one of my role models, for being an amazing community leader. Like Marcia said, you're always so generous and compassionate and just one of these treasures in our community. So congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you all in person very soon. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob Bonta and I serve in the California State Assembly representing Oakland, Alameda, and San Leandro. And I'm deeply honored to be the first Filipino American state legislator in the history of California. Congratulations to APAPA on the success of the first annual API Women's Leadership Conference. Women have been at the helm of every great movement, driving us forward as a society ever closer to equality, equity, and progress. And it's always appropriate that we recognize their many contributions. Today, I have the distinct honor and privilege of presenting this year's SHEro Award to the one and only Regina Yin. Regina is a founding member of APAPA. Her leadership and example of goodwill has made APAPA what it is today, a strong pillar of the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. During a time when racism and discrimination often prevented communities of color from succeeding in business, Regina and her husband Cece organized the Asian McDonald's Network in the hopes of helping other ambitious entrepreneurs succeed. Many times it is the work that goes on behind the scenes, unnoticed, that is responsible for the success. Today, we are proud to honor Regina's hard work, generous spirit, and exceptional leadership. On behalf of the state of California, thank you, Regina, for your service to our community. And congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for all the inspiration, Regina.
Thank you.
The inspiration for the creation of this award. You certainly deserve it.
I think the clock is very, very fitting. And excuse me, we have our history, we have our future. Time moves and it gives us a memory for our past. Time moves forward, give us future past. So this time clock, it means a lot for women. We have come a long way. And in fact, 100 years ago, we were not allowed to vote. And so now moving forward, we have so many distinguished leaders today with us. And I am so touched and moved that they are all with us here, share their knowledge of their leadership, their achievement, and also guide us for our future path. And California, we women really can do it. And in 1920, August 26, the 19th Amendment was put in place. And we have done so much. And thanks to all the women before us, and we will continue the work. So thanks very much, and I'm so honored. And we have all the way Lieutenant Governor and Eleni Kunalegas and Fiona Ma, Betty Yee, you name it, and all the way to the national level. So we have a good models. So thank you very much for APAPA, Tri-Valley Chair, Marcia, and the many staff, volunteers. And this is incredible. And I don't know, I'm a little bit kind of like a little bit confused. And as you know, we had a big fire and a ranch. And it was the longest day on Wednesday when we had to get up and evacuate. And Vacaville City was filled with ashes and smoke, and you get turned away by the hotels. You have no place to stay, and the people you see on the street, and the people you meet, and everybody looked just confused and scared. And one advice personally I want to share with you, please do leave your home line phone on. And there are people, they do not answer line phone. When the emergency alert came in, and you gotta get out. If you do not answer your line phone, you get stuck. And do follow the instructions. the direction, evacuate, just do it. I think it was very, very agonizing when you have to leave your home not knowing what's going to happen. And when you see the red ball and all the sky gray and hopeless, anxious, worried, scared, but follow the direction. Unfortunately, our human resources very thin. And ultimately, I don't think they were able to rescue or save a lot of people's homes. And it's very unfortunate. And Cici and Regina, we consider ourselves a little bit better, fare better. We didn't have the total loss, even though partial loss hurts. And I think the nature strikes. When Pandala hit, they do not discriminate. They will come after you. You get lucky or you get not so lucky. And it makes me think, why we human beings discriminate? Why we women in the last 100 years struggle, and we will continue to struggle. And I think my heart aches that we have a lot of work to do. And we need to get together. And we need to work with our leaders. And we, each individual, has a responsibility to do your job and to be engaged, to be helpful to others, to collaborate with others. And we should consider the welfare of the whole world, peace, friendship, and we should really achieve much more in this world. And I am very grateful. In Ranch is always, something belongs to the community. And even though it's our home, but I think we had many community activities and belongs to APAPA. And we suffer partial loss, but our heart and soul, they are at In Ranch. And 2 days later, I told Marcia, I told Yan, I do want to be here. And I want to guarantee you that Cici and me, we will rebuild. And In Ranch is beyond just a place, just a structure. And I think they can be replaced. They can be rebuilt. But the spirit we need to preserve. And we want to continue on. And I'm grateful. I'm so comforting when we suffer the loss. And at a critical time, the family, the friends, the community, they all came on board with us. And your love, your message, your blessing. And today, I want to take the opportunity to thank every one of you. And it's not time for me to cry. It's time for us to get together. And I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky. I think we need to move forward. And after 100 years, the 19th Amendment, we women, it's women's time. We should continue now and to help and look at our leadership. It's incredible. Many of us are immigrants and the first generation and working very hard. And I have a personal story. I'm not sure if I should talk about my personal story right now. Okay. And I want to share it just because we came to this country 50, 60 years ago. And my husband and I first started in Seattle. And I was really trained social worker. And I depended on my income as a nanny for my room and a board, just like many immigrants. You manage it, you work hard, and you complete what you are about to do. As a social worker, I was very happy to be able to help people. And then when Cici was laid off, and at a middle age with 3 kids, and you got to do something, my wage was not enough to support the family. So he was determined he wanted to get into food industry. And he was very impressed by McDonald's management system. And as immigrant, newcomer, in the 80s, there was no chance. And I don't mind to share with you, with determination, he was able to secure his very first McDonald's in Oakland at the bankruptcy court, and with an African-American judge literally ordering McDonald's Corporation, why can't you give this immigrant a chance to start a McDonald's business? Put him through the training. So things happened. He was able to overcome all the obstacles, and we managed to be qualified, but was given broken, run-down McDonald's restaurant in East Oakland, to be specific, Eastmont Mall shopping area. And as an engineer, I think we finally survived, and I want to share with you how we survived. When you have a broken restaurant, when you were given the opportunity, we felt like second-class citizens. And Cici, my husband, used to tell me, well, maybe you are like a second-class citizen. And, you are not white. So why do you think you deserve to have the best? If you got an opportunity, you're lucky. So we have an opportunity. So we got to make it. And we didn't have any help. And McDonald's Corporation didn't care about us. And he said, die or live, I'm going to turn this restaurant around. Even though through bankruptcy court, he paid a premium price, and you don't make money. He said, doesn't matter, and we'll go through this. So he fixed the equipment, and he fixed the cash drawer and all the buildings. That was not hard. The most difficult was the people. In East Oakland, we have more people selling drugs, prostitution, and gang members. And this particular McDonald's we purchased, and I have to let you know, it's not just an ordinary, normal McDonald's restaurant. It was more like a gang congregate place. And I used to tell people, the employees, you think they're selling Coca-Cola.
But actually, I think they're selling the other kind of coke, and maybe like cocaine. So there was no motivation to work. And when we came in, it was the most difficult and to work with the people. And we were accused as a racist. And we were accused we discriminate. And so we were bombarded with lawsuit and a boycott. And finally, we had to do something. And I invited the school principal, the teacher, to help me to give new employee orientation. And we joined NWCP, and we became honorary member, and whatever it takes. And we joined local Chamber of Commerce, and we try to have a dialogue with the city mayor, government officials to protect the business, whatever it takes. We were just actively engaging our community. We paid the price, and we didn't make money. We sponsored Martin Luther King speech contest. We organized all the schools, and we organized whatever local community, do whatever we can. And honestly, from a social worker, my heart really wanted to help young people. I think it was just a bad thing for young people not to look at the opportunity in front of us. So endlessly, and I try to be a counselor basically, and I try to talk to the community. But I think if you work with others, and the people will try to work with you. So we managed to turn around the restaurants, and I'm proud to say, as an immigrant, as a kind of like second-class citizen given the opportunity, but that particular restaurant became most outstanding restaurant. Our sale came up, and the customer, they understand, they work with us, they help us. So outstanding sales, outstanding customer satisfaction, and then we received Ronald Award, we received Golden Arch Award, and thank God you do the right thing, good thing will happen to you. So it was during the early, I think early 90s, because racial violence, Rodney King in Koreatown, Los Angeles, and the protest, civil rights movement, and it happened. The same thing happened in Oakland. So we begged McDonald Corporation for us to move. And I want to share with you, and it was wonderful, the corporation finally acknowledged our contribution to the corporation. And they gave us permission to relocate because our restaurant basically literally was on fire. And so after we moved, we gathered together and almost like restart again. However, this is a golden opportunity. We are excited. And that's when we start getting good restaurant and making some money. And women at that time in McDonald, as a spouse of someone who initially came into the system, you are not recognized as independent franchisee. And I want to let you know, I could not engage in any legal paperwork. I could not represent franchisee on any kind of committee. or decision-making process. So we started WON, Women Operators Network. So ladies, this is what you need to do. And me as a spouse, I'm able to have legal rights. I'm able to participate in the budget planning committee. I'm able to do marketing. And I learned a lot. And subsequently, we also followed African American Association, Hispanic Association, and we formed Asian McDonald Operators. Then we have Women Operators Network. You know, to collaborate together and working together and with the same focus, same purpose, actually the ethnic marketing started. And McDonald's is one of the progressive corporations. And after a few years, business-wise, like many other corporations, Coca-Cola and everything, it's a good thing. So people have to realize diversity make you successful. So with all the diverse groups, and we managed to elevate McDonald's company sale and a profit all the way up. And I think I just want to say something. I know time is limited. In my life, what I have done, what we have achieved to become today like we are, and we are no longer in the McDonald's system treated like second-class citizen. In fact, I feel good, I feel proud of our achievement. And I think to collaborate with others is the secret of success. If you work alone, you will lose. Please remember that. And also, it's important, particularly Asian culture, we think about ourselves first. We have to think about really others first. Engage yourself, participate. Civil engagement, follow some of the successful leaders. And your return will be surprising to you. And because what we have learned, and we want to gather all the resources, and APAPA was established 2001. Now, 19 years later, I'm proud to say that APAPA, thanks to Yan, the staff, and all members of APAPA, 32 chapters, you have done a tremendous job. And you today sponsor this Women Leadership Conference. And it's great work. And we should continue. And I think APAPA, this is only the beginning. We have a lot of unfinished work to do. For me, to conclude, I will rebuild in range. It's not going to hit me. It's not going to knock me down. And we will continue to build APAPA. And Cece and Regina, we are committed. And I can let you know, our heart and soul are with you today, before, and forever in the future. Thank you very much for being here with me.